Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to All Hands Meeting 26. I hope you guys enjoyed my artistic ability. That was all me. They videoed it before. It was not all me. But it was pretty amazing that we found this artist that actually does realism to that level. It was pretty cool. So it certainly looks like a packed house in here today. So really happy that all our team is here. So I want to give a few shout outs. We have Toronto in the house. Can I hear you, Toronto? All right, cool. We have our DCs in Atlanta, so I want to salute our DC in Atlanta. We have our folks in New Jersey who are watching live. We also have our folks in LA. Let's give it up for our US DCs, folks. Cool. We also have our business partner specialists or our sales team that are watching across the nation. So we salute you all. And we also want to salute our awesome guests that have took time out of their busy days. These folks have jobs and careers, and they're taking time away from their own jobs to be with us today. If I can kindly ask, and I won't put you on the spot after this, if you can kindly stand up so we can salute you and thank you for being here. Can we please stand for the guests and give a warm applause, folks? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So thank you for being here. I think I hear Doris. Who could miss Doris? Are you here, Doris? I'm here. Of course you are. So welcome, everybody. We're really excited. We're really excited for this show. So if you are taking photos, we certainly encourage it. If you're using any of these channels, feel free to use the hashtag AHM26. And we then gather the photos. It's really cool as a repository. So All Hands Meeting 26 is certainly on the way. Folks, this is a show that's been transpired from March 1st, 7.5 years ago. So we started this show. The first show was actually a conference call in. So we all conferenced in. We still shut down the company, but it was a conference call. And today, folks, we have an incredible live stream team. We have an incredible production team. 3/4 of the staff that make up the production team of this event is our own team. So it's not like they're pros in this, but they've become pros over 7.5 years. And people think today we have great lighting, great seating, great everything, great live stream events, but it took 7.5 years to get to this point. And we feel we're just getting started. We have a few things in store for you today, a few surprises, a few new things that we're doing that we haven't done, before. So 7.5 years in the making, or just over 2,800 days. If anybody knows me, I love looking at the number of days. I live my life backwards. For all of you that don't know, I'm 40 years old this year. Average life expectancy for a male is about 78, 79 years old. So, I got a few more Christmases and Thanksgivings left, but I always like looking at how much time we have. It puts importance in making things like this or anything you do in your life really important. And we try to do our best in anything we do. So we have over 600 live people watching the show right now. We are live streaming. There's no 6-second delay or anything like that. So this is a true live stream. I know I got to do this shout out. I have my mom who's watching in Florida. So hello, Mom. I just had to. And I have my lovely wife who can't be here today, but she's watching live as well. And we have a few very awesome partners who this morning through LinkedIn and Facebook and through an email, encouraged us to have this show today. The gratitude that they pour in right before the show is so important, and I just thank you for doing that. So today we have 6 awesome contributors. Oh, sorry, this is time zones. So we're represented in over 6 different time zones that we know of, and we have over 50 hours of live All Hands Meeting footage online. So you could see show number 1, and then show 26 will be up in a week's time from now. So we do have, as I've indicated, 6 awesome contributors to the show. A number of speakers will be adorning the stage. We have some guest speakers from other organizations, and then we have some awesome helpers who are going to help me put on something really cool for you all. So that's that. We have 120 minutes of content today. So we really tried to do our best to jam pack it with awesome content that whether you're a Roma employee and team member, that you could take some value and certainly a lot of value out of it. And then if you're a guest, we certainly hope that you're walking away with something perhaps you could use in your organization, perhaps something that another company can use. We live stream this so everybody can watch, and in hopes that they could take something and make their business or their teams a little bit better. So there's this lovely quote, and this quote means a lot to me. I don't want to paraphrase. I want to read it. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. It's really important that those words sink in, because it's really setting the pace for 2019 for us as a company. We certainly want to achieve things we haven't achieved before. We certainly want to hit new heights that we've never hit before, but we can't do it with the same type of objectives, the same type of processes and procedures. It's just not going to happen. And it's going to require something we've never done before. And by the way, the beautiful part about achieving new heights is not knowing how to do it. For me, that's what gets me, psyched, excited. How are we going to reach this fill rate number? I'll give you an example. We want to hit a fill rate number of 95%. We're at 91%. It's very honorable, very respectful number. But the deviation from, 91 to 95, although it's 4%, that's huge. And I'll be the first to say, I don't know exactly how we're going to do it. But I know when we put together our team in a room, and what makes our company very, very special, when we put team members in a room together and give them a task and challenge them, I always say gamify it, the results are pretty crazy. And we're going to share some of those results, with you today. So today is November 15th, 2018. We've completed thus far 316 days of this year. Flew by, right? I feel like it was all hands meeting 24 and we were in March. But 316 days were completed this year, or just over 11 months. We're just on the 11-month brink. Folks, the good news is we have 27 business days left to really execute on the goals we wanted to hit. So whatever you're looking at today, or wherever space you're at within your own lives, remember, before you start making those New Year's resolutions, you still have 27 business days, and give or take about 45-ish days within 2018 to still kill it. And one of the things I was chatting with some of our leaders about is, we had these pretty cool, audacious goals for January. And I've often told them, forget about starting January, start right now. And I gave them the analogy of the train in the station. It doesn't go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, in 3 seconds. So thinking you're jumping into 2019 on the 1st, and suddenly, it's going to go from 91 to 95, you got to build up some momentum. And so through the course of our conversation, we said, what if we're playing like it's today? That goal is today. And started changing the rhetoric, and started, because our KPI boards are going to be up, it started to get the momentum going. And I'll show you what that means a little later in our Leadership Week coverage. So I think it's important to pause right now and really give time to sink in to the highlights that we've done throughout this year. It's really important to pause. And I'm learning that because I'm a go, go, go guy. But it's really important to reflect back on how far we've come. And I want to do that right now. So the first thing we've done this year was our West Coast Art and Frame Show. From a very high level, it's our only trade show of the year. It's a remarkable show. Everybody in the industry, who's anybody, attends that show annually. It's in Las Vegas, and we see some of the best and brightest the industry has to offer. All our BPSs, all our sales team come from across the nation. We're the only company in the industry that believes bringing everybody together, united, whether you're in New York City or South Florida, everybody in the company, if you're a sales team member, attends this show. We think that's a competitive advantage. And what amounts from that show is incredible. So we had an incredible show. Our partners, were certainly wowed by the experience. I trust that our BPSs were equally, impressed by the experiences they've had, but the West Coast show was fantastic. Second, I want to touch upon our cyber breach. So we had a cyber breach. It was actually the day after our all hands meeting 24. So it was in March. And after an all hands meeting, there's this energy in the air. People are high-fiving and fist pumping. Like there's just an electrocution in the air, an excitement. And then the cyber breach happens on that Friday. And while we were going through it, it was a nightmare. People from all over the company, regardless of your rank and title, all came together. And the one thing on everybody's mind was, how can I help? What do you need me to do? I'll do anything. I'll grab coffees and donuts. Like, what do you need me to do? And while that cyber breach on that March day was very fatal, and caused us some turbulent waters, I believe it was a blessing that was given to us. I think today, standing here in front of you, we're a far stronger company because of our cyber breach. And what often happens in times of trials and tribulations, things start to flush itself out. And we've seen some of the people that, while the ship was, taking on water, they're like, hey, I'm out of here and I'm bailing. And we've seen those people. And then we did see those people that said, hey, where the heck are you going? We got to save the ship with the people. And you started seeing two camps form. And the camp I'm looking at right now, along with our USDCs and BPSs, and it's just the most remarkable team we've ever had to date in 35 years. I believe it's 35 years. We've never had a more cohesive, value-driven, culture-centric business ever before at this company, ever. And I attribute that a lot to the challenges we've had. People think your highs make you. Yeah, that's BS. Your lows really, make you. They really show you if you're able to rise up out of the ashes, or are you just gonna, hide under a blanket and cry all day. As a result, we didn't hide. We looked at our entire infrastructure. And with the team of, awesome leaders that we have, and our IT teams and our third-party IT, initiative teams all came together, and we redesigned our entire infrastructure from scratch. And I could say scratch because of that cyber breach, right? It was from scratch. And since March to today, we've been increasing everything in our business. We've been remodifying the way communication flows through the business. We've been improving it in the back end so that all our, individuals in the company can have speed, they can have resiliency. We're into multiple levels of security and firewalls, and we're also into redundancies through cloud, so there's no more reliance on servers and things of that nature. So a complete redesign. I'll be sharing more in the weeks and months to come. We're at the final stages of this redesign, but I'll certainly give you more through an email. As a result, as you start digging, you start looking at, where's a lot of the waste happening, or how could we do things relatively better, or, considerably better. And we looked at our website. And while we believe, a lot of people online right now are watching through the web, which is awesome, but we really examine with a fine-tooth comb the experience that our partners have while entering orders, or simply through navigating through whether it be our catalogs, whether it be our order entry systems. And we took a step back and actually analyzed, if we were them, how would that feel? We actually worked with a third-party company to look at that user experience. And as a result of that, I'm very proud to say that we are in the midst right now of a complete redesign. This is not like a modification. This is a complete redesign. And I don't want to let anything else out other than it will be a completely different experience. We believe it's going to be the best the industry's ever had. We also believe our internal customer care team will sing praises as a result of this website. So I'll give you more in the weeks and months to come, and certainly my goal is by next All Hands Meeting 27, I'll be certainly showing you demos live here. It's going to be amazing. So those two things came out, and we also had I think it's really, really important. People step over these sorts of things, but promotions within organizations are very important. And we had two major promotions this year, and it just so happened they were both in our sales team. notably, we had Lloyd Haddad, who was a BPS in the region of California, Northern California. He was promoted to regional sales leader across the country. And Tanya, who's been with us for a very long time, who knows the industry in and out, and I challenge anybody to pepper her with any questions regarding any partner. She's on the ball. We promoted Tanya. We felt that Tanya not only deserved the promotion, but she was already doing it. And one of the things people often ask is, when do you think someone needs to get promoted? And one thing I've learned through the ages and through some other various different leaders throughout my life is, in order to get a promotion, you actually have to be doing the role today unofficially. And when you're already doing the role, that's when you get it. See, society has it backwards. They think they're here, and hey, when I get that promotion, I'll be that person. In the case of Tanya, she was already being that person, and that natural progression of promotion was easy. So, we're very stoked and very excited to have both Tanya at the helm of National Sales Leader and Lloyd as Regional Leader. So those are a few of the highlights that we've had, throughout 2018. Again, some tumultuous times, certainly some great times, all paving the road for what's going to be the best year at our company yet. So product was also very important, folks. We launched 2 times last year. So we launched in January at the West Coast Art and Frame Show, and we launched a stellar collection there. And then we launched our product in midsummer. Obviously, midsummer is a smaller launch, but combined, folks, we had 6 collections that we launched. So we launched, throughout the 2, we launched 6. In those collections were some of the most famous collections we have today: Lavo, Arbor, Country, to name a few. And of those, they amounted to 112 items. We believe this is the biggest introduction the industry has seen this year. We always believe, and it's also a testament to the foundation of who we are as a company. We always believe in innovation. We always believe in design. We always believe in, pushing the envelope forward. We're in a fashion industry. The way decor changes, so does framing change. And this is also a testament to the health of the organization. It costs a lot of money to bring in new products. It costs a lot on the tooling side. It costs a lot on the development side, on the design and prototyping. And then, not to mention the execution that the team does internally to bring those products to the forefront. So 112 new items. We're very, very proud of that. And through this year alone, we've shipped over 7.5 million linear feet into the marketplace. We think that's, been an amazing feat despite some of the challenges we've had. That's about 20,000 linear feet sold per day, and I think this one's pretty cool. It's 14 feet sold per minute. It's pretty cool. So every minute that goes by, we've been in this show now 15 minutes. Do the math, 15 at 14. That's pretty cool that our partners keep coming back for our products. And let's make no mistake, we're still in business today, stronger than ever, because we have such loyal, awesome customers watching and being with us. So we've shipped over 175,000 samples this year. Atlanta, midway through the year, has stopped making samples. LA took on the bulk of those, as well as Toronto. So, talk about teamwork and support. Atlanta had some internal things that we were working on, so we moved the corner samples. And, both Anthony and Joey took those on with a vengeance. But we shipped out this year 175,000 new samples, of which I'm very proud of our BPSs. We're under a 4% corner sample ratio. These things 5 years ago were dreamlands. It was never possible, and today we're able to boast, 4%. It's incredible. The numbers are staggering. And we've been able to ship these products into over 3,500 customers, whether they're in Canada, US, South America, or the globe. Primarily the US and Canada, but 3,500 customers have asked for our new products. And of those new products, a staggering 63% of all samples produced this year went to those 112 new items. Over 63%. Those are staggering numbers. It's obviously a testament to the design, to the prototyping, to the marketing, to our BPSs showcasing them, to the way we show up, to the show. You know, we sold product live from the show one year. And I want you to get it's everybody's contribution. It can't happen if one piece is not working. If the marketing component doesn't work, it all fails. If the prototyping doesn't work, it all fails. We're one united team, stronger than ever, coming together to show the industry what's possible. So customer service. If anybody knows me, I am obsessed with the customer experience. I'm obsessed with our partner experience today on this show. But as a whole, customer service is very, very important to us. And I want to share some stats with you today. So we've had a staggering over 130,000 service interactions with our partners to date. Those are huge numbers, folks. And what's even more important, 25, during the last 3 months of this year, is the Christmas season, and that's when it really lights up. We have about a 25% influx of calls, requests, emails, and sometimes faxes. You know I hate faxes, but sometimes we still get them. But why I wanted to make mention of this is, unlike other companies that bring in temp workers to arm the phones, it doesn't happen here. We think that's going to dilute the customer experience. What's remarkable about our team during some of the most challenging times is people from various teams and various departments will jump in. Certainly we have the stats and they're live and you're seeing them. So when they're lit up, I know Oscar and his team in finance and credit have been supporting them during breaks and lunches and things of that sort. I know other various team members will actually step in and actually take calls. They're not professional, but they live and breathe the values of our company, and that comes through when they're talking. So I think it's important that we also put note to, while we have a 25% influx, the team, this remarkable team, is who shows up and answers those calls so that our partners aren't affected. We've set a pretty high goal. 97% is a satisfaction goal for 2018. We think it's a pretty audacious goal, 97%. Folks, this year we achieved a 96.3% service excellence goal. I just want to stop and say that again. We wanted to achieve 97 and we hit 96.3. We have a remarkable team. We have people who are driven and determined and relentless to ensuring our customers are made to feel like rock stars. And I just want to give a round of applause today to our customer care team. So that's a deviation of 0.7% off that goal. And next year, we're not taking the foot off the pedal. I know Tanya, our customer care lead, along with the wonderful men and women who make up that team, aren't stopping at 96.3. And I know they're very upset about that 0.7. I know it for a fact. But I know with everything we're doing, including our infrastructure, including our web, including some of the other tricks we have up our sleeve, 97% and above will be achieved. So I'm really, really excited about that. And so that brings me to a breaking point. I want to kind of shift. Those are some of the highlights that we've accomplished this year, just some of them, because I think it's important to stop and celebrate. I think, as we get these goals, 96.7, okay, great, and boom, boom, and then we're off to other things, and we don't stop and really allow that to sink in. Folks, that's why we do all hands meetings. This is for you. This is to pay homage to the men and women who make these results happen. And many times in many organizations, they kind of do it. And someone once told me, culture's defined by your actions, not by your words. And that could be said for a lot of different things in your life. The mere reason we shut our company down, complete, finished, there are no calls coming into the call center, nobody's traveling right now, we are all watching this show live, is because you are important. In fact, you are most important. Because while I think our partners are very important, in order for them to feel important, you got to feel important first. Someone once told me, miserable people can't give great service. I'm going to say that again. Miserable people, unhappy employees cannot deliver remarkable service. So whether you're trying to do all these great tricks up here to try to do these little hacks to get people to smile, put a mirror there, doesn't work. Might work for a call, but not for a sustained, prolonged period of time. Us shutting down this meeting is to show you you're most important. You know, some people have to say, yeah, but Tony, your customers are most important. And they are. They're very important. But number one for me is my team. Number one. So Leadership Week, very important here at our company. The theme was reaching higher. Why not? Now, we didn't climb any mountains, although we did some fun things. But reaching higher was something we wanted to really set as the bar for everything we did throughout that week. And we focused on 3 different areas. So all the leadership team came from across the country into Toronto, and we focused on 3 really core areas of the business. One, we wanted to co-create our future, 2019, 2020. How does that look? You know, some organizations just wake up and have, 2019 hit them in the head. No, we're going to be ready for 2019. We're going after 2019. We're not back on our heels. We're actually on our toes ready. So that's the first thing we did. Second thing we did was we really wanted to build deeper, meaningful relationships with our leaders, with our managers, so that when crisis does come, people aren't jumping off the ship. They're actually saying, hey, I'll help out. How can I help? What can I do? Or they're more inquisitive and curious. And third, we certainly aim to reach higher peaks. So throughout the week, that was the rhetoric, that was the conversation that was at hand. It was beautiful to see. So instead of me standing up here and telling you how amazing it was, because it was, we video captured it for all of you. So we think you're going to love it. Take a look. We just wrapped up our 2018 Leader Mash Summit here at Roma Molding. And I think the one word I best describe it is awesome. I think the team did remarkably well. We went through a ton of KPIs. We challenged each other. We had a lot of team building activities, which was great. And all the while giving loads of gratitude throughout the organization. So overall, what an awesome week we had.
So one of the objectives was us completing our KPIs for 2019, moving forward to 2020. And really making sure that all of our visions were intertwined with each other. At the end of the day, the only way we can actually succeed is by being responsible for each other's goals and helping each other achieve them. And just based on this week, it seems like we're all really aligned with our KPIs. So it's really exciting to know that we have the support of the team to help us achieve it next year and years coming.
For me personally, this is my first time at Leader Mash. So this has been an incredible learning experience in going through the process of sitting with the team, realizing what the goals are for the company overall, as well as by the departments. I think we all learned a lot about each other as individuals and the departments as well.
We kind of go through what everybody's needs and requirements are, what the expectation is, so they can map out the year ahead. So we're mapping out not only 2019, but 2020. So it's really important. It's kind of like our roadmap for what we're going to do in the next 2 years.
One of the highlights for me as far as team building is concerned is when we had our offsite, we had everybody in the park. It was a lot of fun. The team didn't know what to expect, so they showed up. We went through various different things we were going to do that morning. And we started off the morning at 7:30 a.m. with a nice stroll in the park. Subsequent to that, we finished up and we went to a separate location where we played this magic carpet ride game. And it was where how can our team work together to overcome the challenge that I put in front of them regarding that magic carpet ride, and that was a riot.
Definitely the favorite exercise was trampoline dodgeball. It was a hoot. I mean, we're all pretty competitive people, but that was a really amazing opportunity to just see everybody going basically balls to the wall. It was so much fun. I think it really brought us all together, and it just was a nice break from just sitting in meetings and brainstorming. As much as that's really amazing, it's just nice to sometimes just be a kid and have fun.
The one that stood out to me was the egg drop contest because my team won. We had a great design. It was really interesting to see how people came together. There's a clear leader in a group, but we all wanted to participate. There was no fighting. It was just taking into options and suggestions, and we made it happen.
Getting to spend extra time with people this week at Leader Mash was great because you got to really get involved with somebody and really understand a day in their life and how it impacts yours. It was nice to talk to people outside the office and just get a feel for what they thought and what their life consisted of.
We're all like family and friends, and we actually like to spend time with one another, which is great. We all have a good sense of humor, and thankfully we all like one another, so spending time together with the team members is an absolute pleasure.
If I had to sum it up, I would say would be cohesive. We have a really great team, a really aligned team, a team that really is collaborating, but also very curious to learn new things and curious to see what if we challenged ourselves at a much higher plateau. Our theme for the week was Reach Higher. And so the overall energy was just really positive, really energetic.
There's a lot of gratitude given, a lot of love given, and I think that's the feeling that's going to drive this company.
All very positives all around. We're really excited. And so yeah, the energy was electrifying.
Yeah, so that was a great event. We had a few offsites, and clearly it's important that we bring together the team so they can strategize for a very, very powerful, 2019. There's a photo there in the park. Being there with the team at very, very early hours of the day, and talking and conversing and learning about one another, very important attributes when, if you want to succeed as a team. People think the two, business and personal, like they're very separate. This is just one powerful life, and that we're able to come together and learn about one another, both their triumphs and their challenges. When one needs the other, it's much easier to approach, much easier to, overcome. And I think when you have a team like you're seeing behind me, the impossible is possible. And I think that's important. And I often tell people, be careful who you surround yourself with, because however they think, you're going to start thinking, well, this team gets 2019. They get the future. They get the values. They get it. And it's really exciting. So, looking forward to that. So, Super Bowl's coming up, and I talked to my good friend and a DC leader in New Jersey, and he tells me the LA Rams are favored to win the Super Bowl, he said, by 5-2 odds, okay? And while I think that's important, and to Brian it's probably important, but what's more important to me is this thing right here. This is our West Coast Art and Frame Show. This is my Super Bowl. This is our company's Super Bowl. We're really excited about what this show is going to bring. We are going to be doing things very different. It's 2019. Remember, we're going to reach new heights. We got a great, team coming this year. We are bringing the team all together again, and we have a little trailer for you. We think you're going to love it. Take a look. Take the West Coast Art and Frame Show very serious, and if you think that's going to be fun, wait till we come back and actually show you how it was. So a great event. It is happening in January. I believe it's January 28th, and we have 3 really key focus areas. So BPSs, I hope you're watching and I hope you're listening. Put the volumes up in your car. There's 3 key focus areas for this year. It's going to be our new product release. We are releasing new product at the West Coast Art and Frame Show once again. It will be under strict NDA, so all our reps will get the samples beforehand. They will all be sworn by an NDA, so no one can be bribed to leak anything out. This is not the iPhone 11. This is not getting leaked whatsoever. So this will be the best launch ever at our company. And I mean ever. We have stepped the bar up, to a new height on product development, and there's product for all the different partners. So stay tuned. Certainly not going to show you today, but stay tuned as we unveil what that new product is. Our second thing is our partner experience. And if anybody knows me, I'm pretty intense when it comes to the show, the pre-show, the during the show, and the after the show. I'm all about how our customers are feeling while they're with us that day. A lot goes into, preparing for a trade show, and the partner experience this year will be elevated. We are going to be doing things differently. That partners, when they say, how was the West Coast Art and Frame show, our goal is that they said, hey, I went to see Roma, and oh my goodness, I can't believe how they've stepped it up. That's the game we're playing around partner experience. And then team building. Anybody knows me, I'm certainly intense, but I like to have a lot of fun. It's kind of my bipolarism. We're going to be doing some great things with our BPSs. We have the finest in the industry. That's without saying. But while we have our sales meetings, and our sales meeting last year was scheduled for 3 hours, it went 4 hours with the permission of our BPSs. So for people watching the show, I don't know if someone would okay an extra hour. And I'm talking about 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. And 9 o'clock went to 10 o'clock, and with no alcohol. So that's pretty important. But we had an incredible event. The team really went deep. We learned a lot from each other. And we're going to do the same thing this year, just stepping it up slightly. So those are the 3 things you can look for. January 28, 2019 is the day. The product will be released at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and not a second before. As we unveil, the curtain at that show, the show will begin. And the rest, we'll have to see what happens. So it's going to be an incredible 2019 at the show. So I wanted to put this up here because success is very important. It's something that's important in my life, and the role in which I have, I take it very seriously. I'm responsible for what I believe to be, all the men and women who make up our awesome company. There's also a commitment to our partners to make sure we're, delivering on our promises that we make. But success, everybody, I often share this, everybody wants to hang around at the finish line of every race. There's very few people that want to train with this guy at 6 o'clock in the morning or at 7 o'clock at night and eating like bark and, vegan food. This guy's probably not smashing burgers or, I don't know, you name it. The fact of the matter is we're doing a lot of hard work, folks, and we've completed a lot of hard work. And it's going to continue to be hard work. It also will continue to be a lot of fun as we move into 2019 because success looks more like this. So if you have a convoluted notion that it's kind of this flat line, I'm here to tell you that it's not. And you'll have trials, you have tribulations. Don't be discouraged when challenges arise. That means you're leveling up. By the way, if your life is without challenge, you are playing a small game. You are playing a mediocre, mundane game. You're playing it too safe. And when you die, you're going to kick yourself. Because I've never seen someone say, yeah, I loved my life. It was really vanilla. It was really plain. I didn't travel. I didn't do nothing. I don't know anybody yet in the eulogy that said that. In fact, our challenges are what make us. Our challenges are what make the victory so sweet. And I want to share with you that we've been through a lot this year in 2019. I believe we've set the pace for a really, really strong 2019, well into 2020. The investments made within the organization are made to fulfill that because these aren't just pipe dreams. You have to fulfill it with cash investments, and we've made a number of those. And we have the right people in the right seats going in the right direction, and what I add, the right reason. Yeah, we've had some turnover. We have. But I believe the men and women I'm looking at today are here to win it. These are the folks that when we take on water, they're like, where's the bucket? Let me throw it out. They ain't jumping ship. These are the men and women with thicker skin than I've ever seen in my life. These are men and women that love winning and think winning is everything. And I'm proud to, I'm proud to serve with you. I'm proud to be here with you. And I'm proud to tell you that 2019 is going to be the best year yet. And so with that said, I want to pass the stage on to Mr. William Blaine. Please put your hands together, folks.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everybody. How's the show so far? Good? Good. Excellent. As Tony said, I'm the Director of Operations here. I've been with Roma for about 4 months. This is my second all-hands meeting. So my first one was 3 days in. And I said at the time, I was just wild. I said I couldn't believe it. And I've been here 4 months now, and I have to say what an amazing company it is. The passion and just the everybody's so engaged. It's amazing to see. In my position, I've had an opportunity to travel, meet everybody. I've spent a lot of time with the guys in Toronto, Joey. I've been to New Jersey, Los Angeles, Atlanta, and again Atlanta. I spent a lot of time in Atlanta. And the same message is everywhere. Everybody's excited, everybody's passionate. It's an incredible company, and it's amazing for me to be here and experience it. With my traveling, I've had the opportunity to see how the company functions all over the place, and seeing everybody so engaged and passionate about the product and the customers and the partners. It's amazing. I started July 9th, so I've been here 4 months, 129 days, and again, it's been an incredible ride. I've had the opportunity to travel. I will go on record to say one thing, because you saw the clips. The Leader Mash was incredible. It was amazing. But you saw the pit with the foam balls. A middle-aged man who's a little husky jumping into a pit with not good. It was not a good experience. And it's funny because Tony, God bless him, when I travel, I'm guaranteed to get a phone call when I get home at about 6:30, and it's Tony. Checking to see, did you get home okay? Everything safe? Everything good with the family? Which is incredible, and I appreciate it so much. But the team experience for Tony is everything. He cares about how the partners are. He cares about everything. When I went in the pit, and Joey had to hoist my girth out of it, and I was sitting in the corner gasping for air, Tony came up to me and he had this look on his face, and he lives for team building, lives for it. So we had a dinner planned afterwards, and Tony looked at me and he said, I think you need to go home. He said, no, you need to go home. Go home and rest. So it was hilarious. Some of the objectives I had in line when I initially started was to listen and learn. And I've had the opportunity to spend a load of time with everybody and learn from them, building relationships. I've had the opportunity to meet a ton of incredible people, and I've had the opportunity to work on projects to move the company forward. Here's a little video on what I've been doing for the last few months.
Hey, it's Will. I'm the Director of Operations here at Roma. Taking a look back at my first 100 days, I'd have to say it's been challenging, it's been exciting, it's been great learning about the company and seeing which direction we're going in, and I'm looking forward to the future. Working with everybody here, whether it be in the office, in the warehouse, whether it's a driver, anybody, it's all about the experience, it's all about team, it's all about family. No one person is more important or less important than anybody else. We all have a mission, we all have a goal, and that's to turn out the best product we can and make it the best experience we can. So when I come down and I walk the shop floor, it's not the Director of Operations, it's just Will. And we're a team, and we're all the same. Some of the projects I've been working on in the first 100 days are standardizing the health and safety protocols throughout the company so they mirror each other. We've instituted a GPS tracking system in our fleet so that we're able to track the vehicles real time. We've also instituted a 6-point quality check on every order that leaves the building, and that's been standardized straight across the company. Additionally, in the first 100 days, I've had the opportunity to visit all our DCs, Los Angeles, Atlanta, and New Jersey, and got a chance to work with all the team members. And it's been great because there's a common goal and a common vision throughout the company, which everybody's embracing and wanting to move forward. Some of the events I've had the opportunity to be involved in my first 100 days are the Roma Carnival, where I was volunteered to have a pie in the face. I got to experience Roma's birthday, Leader Mash, where we pull all the team together and strategize for the next year, and Halloween, which was great because everybody gets involved and gets dressed, and we have a parade. It's awesome. Moving forward with Roma, I see nothing but good things happening. We're going to be instituting in our WMS system throughout our warehouses, which will make us more efficient and better able to serve our partners, and just growing and moving forward. I'm looking forward to working with everybody. It's a really exciting time coming up, and we're going to be moving forward. If anybody needs to get a hold of me, call me, text me. I'm available anytime, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you.
Thanks. We just want to give a little update on where we've come this year and where we're going. So a health and safety update. Days without incident throughout our facility. Toronto has had 1,326 days without an incident. Los Angeles, 778. New Jersey, 1,625. And Atlanta, 2,294. And I think it's incredible to look at those numbers. Like, we're measuring in years, we're not measuring in days. And that's just hats off to everybody here. It's a testament to the company and the staff in it. So, I mean, give yourselves a hand on that because those are incredible numbers. Our fill rate, currently we're sitting at 91% company-wide, which is really good, but you know, for 2019, we've set a really aggressive goal for 95% across the company with some new processes we're putting in place, and the team we have in place, we're very confident we're going to be able to hit that goal. Internal cost to poor quality, currently we're sitting at 7.25% company-wide, and again, we've put some new processes in place, and we're confident we're going to come in at 5.5% this year. Our return rate company-wide is 5.48%. And for 2019, we're estimating 4.5%. A little update from our DCs. I took that Hollywood picture, by the way. Los Angeles is headed by our Anthony, and that's his team there. Our New Jersey location is headed by Brian. It's a nice shot of Brian and his team. And in Atlanta, we've got Kaylee heading the ship. One thing I do have to say for Atlanta, I promised I'd do this to my BFF Gabe out there. I wanted to just say hello. He's new and this is his first all-hands meeting, so I told him I was going to mention him. And in Toronto, there's Joey and his team. Some of the things we have in plan for this year, our warehouse management system, we're in the middle of instituting it in right now in Toronto, and we're going to anticipate rolling it out throughout the rest of the DCs for 2019. We're going to standardize packaging so that our partners have the same experience right across the board, so that a package that comes from Toronto is the same as a package that comes from Atlanta or New Jersey or LA. And we're going to be phasing in lean principles to better the experience, speed it up, make it better for everybody. Our holiday hours for this year, we're going to be closed December 25th and opening back up on January 2nd. Our cutoff for holiday order cutoff is December 14th. And I just want to wish everybody a happy and safe holiday, and I look forward to 2019 and working with everybody. If you guys need to get a hold of me, my extension is 334. My email is wblaine@roma.com. And at this point, I'd like to welcome Tony back to the stage.
William came to our company about 4 months ago, is here with a wealth of knowledge in the manufacturing sector. He certainly has done a great job listening to a lot of the various team members. He has been in every DC, and in the short period he's been here, and we do have a lot of great things slated for 2019 and beyond. We've made small incremental improvements since he's been here, and the US DCs along with Toronto have worked really great together, are gelling really nicely together, and their initiatives for 2019, while really big, are pretty audacious and pretty awesome. So stay tuned for some really, really cool things there. So folks, it's the halftime show. So believe it or not, it's already halfway through the All Hands Meeting 26, and we're going to be doing something a little different. So at this time, if I can call up my helpers, where are my runners? Are my runners around? So if you can come up, let's give it up for runners. Yes. So while they're setting up, I want to play a little video because I'll show you what we're going to be doing. So take
You're
a look.
unbelievable.
I know.
All right, Pictionary. What are the teams?
How about boys versus girls?
Oh, that hardly seems fair. Yeah, but I guess any team that I'm not on has a decided disadvantage.
Once again, unbelievable.
Once again, I know.
All right, round one. Here.
Got it.
Okay. Ready, set, go.
All right, so do you guys get it? We are playing Roma Pictionary. So we didn't want to do a video this time, and we wanted to do something live. So this is live, not recorded, obviously. And we pre-selected 2 groups. So we're going to have, this is going to be one team, and this is going to be another team. Do you guys get it so far? This is one team. This is another team. So we've pre-selected your team captains. Can the 2 team captains please come up at this time? Thank you. Yes, yes. Okay, so where's my helper? So you will be given a marker each. Who? Oh, you guys got your own markers. All right, great. All right, so Tanya, where's the mic? Let me get the mic. Test. Okay, so Mike, you represent this team here. You all know Michael Pilata, right? All right. So Mike, what is your team name?
Team Unbelievable, I know.
All right, Team Unbelievable, I know. And Tanya, this is your team. What's your team name?
The Amazing Superheroes.
All right. Okay. So it's good that you guys aren't competitive. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock. Okay? Okay. So we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and these are the rules. So you'll each be given 30 seconds. So ladies first, so we're going to start with Tanya and your team. You'll be given 30 seconds. You're going to pick within this magic bucket, right? Okay, let me put this mic down. You'll pick from this magic bucket, and you have to then draw out what the exact thing that states here is, and you guys got to shout it out of what you think she's drawing. Do you guys get it? Okay, I need to hear a little more. You get it? All right, cool. So that'll be first round. Then Mike, you and your team, what's your team name?
Team Unbelievable, I know.
Team Unbelievable, I know, it's very random. But then you will do the same. You'll get 30 seconds on the clock. If either one fails, it's okay. We're going to go into the lightning round, all right? So there'll be 3 rounds. So let's pick the first one. Oh, you pick, not me. Here, you pick the first one. Don't show the audience. I have to do this, not you. All right? All right, so the first thing is this. Okay? So let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Is everybody ready? Oh, runner, you can come up. Don't be shy. Okay? Yeah, show the runner what it is. All right?
Can I cheat?
No, you cannot cheat. All right, ready? Drawer, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Contestants, are you ready? All right, go. What is it? Wow, okay, good. You get a point. All right, Mike. No pressure, Mike. And the Unbelievable team, including you, or whatever your name is. All right? Okay.
Okay, we ready, team?
Oh, suddenly the stakes went up. You beasts. All right, Mike, thank you very much. All righty. Oh, there's 2 in there, okay. Oh, no, let's do, here, pick again.
All right,
Just pick one. You pick two. You got it? All right. Okay. Yours is, oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Runners, wait. No pressure, big guy. No pressure. All right, you ready? Drawer, are you ready?
Yes.
Contestants, are you ready? We're going to put 30 seconds on the block. Go! Stop! How is that the Eiffel Tower? Who got that? Unbelievable. I think there's a coup. Okay. Well, since you both have a point, we're going to go through the lightning round. All right. You can feel the anticipation building. We'll let the ladies, we'll let you pick, and then you both will see it, and you both have to draw the same thing. Now, runners, you got to keep your ears open. You got it? Yep. Okay. Do you folks both want to face me because I can't face there? Okay. So this is what it is. Can you see that? You guys both got it?
Yep.
Okay. Runners, where's my other runner? That's it. Please get into positions. There's a lot at stake here. There's a huge prize. All right. Contestants on both teams, are you ready? Yes. Drawers, are you ready? Yes. Go. Who got it? Sunflower. Both were good. Let's give it up for both contestants. So, as much as this pains me, Michael, you are the winner. Tanya, you get a constellation prize, and you get to toss these into the audience because you won. If you could pass it out. If we could toss them into the crowd. Great. Great. And my confetti cannons are not coming in yet. Please, team confetti, we need to get this on film. It's not happening. You can hold that. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. So that is the halftime show, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay? So we'll get these off the list here. Lovely. Thank you to everybody who played. So, folks, at this point, I hope you guys had fun on that. Congratulations, team. Unbelievable with Michael, and I don't even know the name. And I'd like to please give a warm welcome to Olga Senek. Please put your hands together.
Hi, guys. Hello. Nothing like being live, right? For confetti cannons not to work. But anyway, hello, everybody. How's it going? Can I hear some noise, please? Gotten a little quiet up in here. So I'm going to take you through what's been going on in culture and talent and what Marianne and I have been working on and what's been going on. So we currently have 4 career opportunities available, which I'd like to take you through now. So 2 of them are actually BPS positions. The first BPS position is actually in LA Central Coast. And then we actually have another BPS position that we're looking for somebody based out of Michigan. Excuse me. Then we also have a team leader we're looking for in Atlanta. And at present, we're kind of going through that process. And we also have a community engagement manager. Sorry. Anyway, the community engagement manager is somebody for social.
So she's getting emotional when it comes to BPS.
Thank you. I am. I love them so much.
I'll take that water. Are you good? Awesome.
I'm good. Thanks, Tom. See what a team we are here at Roma. Confetti cannons don't work. You need a cup of water. Somebody helps you out. Anyways, so basically, if anyone's interested in those positions, I would absolutely love to hear from you. So check us out. Check us out online. If there's anybody that would like to recommend someone, please do so. I would absolutely love to reach out and speak with them. So 360 reviews. Review time's always exciting, isn't it? Don't people love that? And in a traditional HR environment, they don't do stuff like a 360 review. So at Roma last year, we undertook them, and we're doing it again this year. So you wonder, okay, what is a 360 review? So it's not the traditional review where basically your manager tells you how you're doing, and you don't have a lot of input. That's not what it is. So you actually do a self-review, your leader does a review, and you get a peer to do a review. And then basically your leader sits down with you and goes through it all. So why do it? Really, it's a more robust way of looking at where you are within your career at Roma and what you want to do. So a great example of this would maybe be somebody like Tanya and Lloyd. You know what Tony said, they were already doing that job and they got those promotions. So kind of looking into the future and trying to see where it is you fit within Roma, and maybe you're in a department you'd like to move somewhere else, and this is the opportunity to do that and have those discussions. So how do they help us? They basically help us by letting us know kind of where you stand, how you're doing, and obviously how your leader feels you're doing as well. So it's really aligned with the core value, open, honest, transparent communication. So what's going to happen is, I know everybody's super excited and psyched about them. They're going to start happening. All the information's going to be dealt out in November. And basically, the completion date absolutely has to be the end of January. So we'll be forwarding more details out to all our DC leaders and team members about how that's all going to work. So this is always my favorite part of the all hands meeting, where, you know, I get to introduce the Roma Rookies. And you know what, it's really interesting because, let's see, 4 all hands meetings ago, I was a Roma Rookie. So time really flies, and it wasn't that long ago that my picture was up there. So please join me in introducing some new team members. So the first wonderful new team member is Scott. Scott, I know you're here, where are you? Scott Regis in customer care. So if individuals watching, you know, out in Webland right now have called in and talked to Scott, this is what Scott's lovely smile looks like. So Scott, welcome to the team. Then we actually have Charlie Aquino. Everybody give Charlie a hand. So Charlie is a production team member out of our Roma LA DC. So Charlie, you know, greetings to you. Hopefully you're watching this and enjoying seeing yourself and me giving you a shout out. Then we have Miguel Gaspe, and Miguel is also a production team member, and he's based out of our Atlanta, DC. So please give Miguel a round of applause. Miguel, welcome to the team. Then we have Zanib. So Zanib, this is a record. So it's day 4 for her, and she's already in an all-hands meeting. And somebody in customer care came to me the other day and said, do you know what, Olga? I'm so impressed with her. She already did a return. So just want to give her a great shout out. You're doing awesome work so far. And welcome to the team. It's quite an initiation in your first week to be at an all hands meeting on day 4. And then we have Anthony. So Anthony, I saw earlier. Anthony, I know you're here. Where are you? He's here somewhere. Shout out to Anthony. There he is at the back. Hi, Anthony. So it's very interesting. Getting ready for the all hands meeting, I was coming downstairs and I'm walking and I'm like, who's that person down there on the ladder looking at stock? Oh, it's Anthony. So Anthony's our newest team member, and he's actually on the ops team, and he works very closely with Daniela and the team there. So Anthony, welcome. Then we have Jason Jarrell. So Jason is one of our newest team members in the Atlanta DC as well, and he's helping everybody out on the production floor to make sure things get out. So Jason, welcome to you. And then we have Brian Martinez. Brian's actually in our Atlanta DC as well, another wonderful production team member. So hello, Brian. Then we have Patricia Mafara. Patricia, I know you're here somewhere. Where are you? Hello. So Patricia's also based out of our DC here. No relation to Mary, just same last name. So please don't assume that everybody's family, because they're not. Patricia's doing awesome work. Lovely to deal with her, anybody who's spoken to her, an incredibly thorough individual. And it was very nice to meet her daughter yesterday, who was a grade 9 student who came in to take your kid to work day, so that was awesome. So Patricia, welcome. Then we have the lovely Mary Lindberg with her lovely smile. Mary is one of our newest BPSs for the Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota areas. So Mary, hi. We've talked a lot on the phone. I hope to see you one day at HQ soon. Then we have Patrick. Patrick is another new BPS for us, and he's actually based out of New Jersey. And I know that he has been doing some traveling, and I hope he's watching live right now. I'm sure he is. I know he's been doing a lot of traveling and work with Lloyd and Tanya. So Patrick, welcome to the team. So that's it for the rookies. Now I'm going to talk about an INPS. And, you know, most people aren't big on acronyms, but this is one I actually like. So what on earth is an INPS? It's right there. It's an internal net promoter score. So Right now, here's where we sit, people. Open, honest, transparent communication. This is the number. I feel like I'm Vanna White. This is the number. We need to get better. That number needs to be improved upon because this is where we'd actually like to get. So our goal is actually 85%. So we're obviously off of our goal. Here's what the chart looks like currently. I'm hoping the chart's gonna like go up into the fern area over here. So definitely what's gonna happen is, you know, what is it all about? So basically at the end of each survey after an all hands meeting, we rotate a survey. So either it's pulse or all hands. And we always ask the same question at the end. And the question is, would you recommend Roma to your family friends? And that's basically what an INPS is. Why do it? We do it to gauge the pulse. It's a quick gauge to say how things are going, how people are people being happy, are people engaged? So that's it in a nutshell. How does it help us? It obviously helps us to know that, you know, obviously at the current juncture, we need to know it needs to be improved upon and we have to look at ways in which to improve it. So tomorrow, my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful work colleague, Marianne, God bless you. Marianne, where are you? She's here somewhere. Marianne, hey, Marianne's doing time, double duty. So Marianne, in her wonderful, wonderful wisdom, is going to be sending out that survey tomorrow. So she's undertaken that it's going to be a little different this time out. We talked to the DC leaders yesterday, and they will actually also be getting an email link to it rather than the paper copies. So Marianne will be forwarding out more details on that as well. So this is a quote I absolutely love because I feel like not only does it align to an internal net promoter score, but it aligns to, I think, for a lot of us, life at Roma. So customers will never love a company until the employees love it first. And that is the awesome Simon Sinek. So I'd like to end that little section on that lovely quote. And then I get to talk about the culture team. And it's very ironic that Michael won by drawing a sunflower. And there's like a bunch of sunflowers up there. It's pretty cool. So here are the awesome people that I work with every day to help make Roma culture what it currently is. I think one of the funniest things about this picture, and I'll go through who's there, obviously, Marianne, Sarah, Tony, Jezwa, and myself. Marianne walked through the shop floor the other day on Halloween, and there were people that had no idea who she was, and they were asking around, they're like, who's the new lady? Who's that? What's all that about? So I thought that was really hilarious. But this is the awesome team that helps us do everything we do every day, so thank you to all of them. So what is the focus of the culture team? What's that all about? Like, what are we up to? So our number one focus is always the Roma Wish mission. And obviously fundraising towards that goal. Not only fundraising towards that goal, but organizing, getting involvement, all that good stuff. And we're very pleased that this year's mission went incredibly well, and you'll hear a little more about that near the end of the show. Obviously, the culture events and tours, which are constantly ongoing, and you'll hear a little bit more about tours later. And obviously the overall employee experience. So, you know, the fact that Patricia could have brought her daughter to Bring Your Kid to Work Day. The fact that we actually have a new employee who's starting on Monday, who is one of our visitors today and decided, you know what, I want to come check out the show before I start working at Roma, which is amazing. So Rose, shout out to you. Thank you for coming. Here's all the stuff that we've been undertaken and done so far this year. And I'm going to talk about Give Back Month and Christmas festivities a little bit further in. So Give Back Month is, I think, one of my favorite things about working in culture and talent at Roma. It's absolutely amazing. And what we've done this year is we've partnered with Youth Without Shelter. And last year we partnered with them as well, and it was absolutely amazing. And we had such an amazing time, we've decided to continue with that tradition. So Youth Without Shelter, for those that don't know, we're going to hear a little bit more, is a local community shelter that helps homeless youth. And we were fortunate enough to do 2 breakfasts already with them and a dinner. And we're also going to partner to do some other things. So this lovely man that you see here, his name is Mike Burnett, and Mike is actually Youth Without Shelter's Community Engagement and Education Specialist. And I'd like to take this opportunity to call Mike up onto the stage. Mike, come on up and join me. So thanks for coming out to be with us today. I'm going to pass you my mic. Here you go.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Well, thank you all for allowing me to come in today. I do want to start off by showing you guys just a little bit of a video from my youth at the shelter itself.
you're kicked out of your home, you certainly have to be more imaginative. I did things like I cleverly accumulated, 4 or 5 lockers at my high school where, I put all my personal belongings in.
I sold my parents' wedding rings. I had the first edition of Spawn magazine. I sold that for $20.
I was born in Trinidad and Tobago. That's my background. When I ran away, I got raped by a police officer, and I decided to leave.
YWS is my first home in Canada. When staff notice I'm alone, they come to me and talk to me. Dami, are you okay? And they make me feel happy.
My very first night was cool. My roommate was pretty chill.
The staff, they became my best friends. They were nice to me. They were kind. Anything I needed.
I must say I have changed tremendously. I've been improving in school. I've been accepted in my program.
YWS helps you be independent. They'll guide you, but you have to take that step.
A lot of times when, something goes wrong, they'll say, you don't understand me, you haven't been through what I've been through. And, I have to say to myself inside that, yeah, I've been through more than you think.
In a weird sense, it's like you have all these parents helping you, right? And you have all these people caring, pushing you to do good.
It is a great pleasure, actually, to be here today to kind of share with you guys a little bit about how you guys have actually been able to support young people like we have just seen here today. So, to give you a bit of context to myself, just so I'm just not some random individual up here on stage or the individual that was doing dishes about 1 week ago today. It's a lot of fun, and I've heard in about another week you guys are coming back. We are quite excited to have you. But my name is Mike Burnett. I am the Community Engagement and Education Specialist at Youth Without Shelter. I've been at Youth Without Shelter now for about 9 years. But to talk about kind of your guys' impact, we kind of want to think about what it even means to be homeless in the first place. What I'd like for everybody here, just kind of close your eyes for a minute. For you guys off in Webland, do the same. And just imagine that you're a regular 16-year-old just about to make your way into high school. However, last night, you had to leave. Home is becoming a more and more unsafe environment. You take your backpack, you stuff it full of some of your most treasured belongings, and you leave. With nothing more than this backpack in hand, you head around, trying to find that safe spot to be able to stay for that evening. You wind up on a park bench. You try to get some sleep, you try to go to school. But it can be hard, waking up every couple of moments of time, trying to see if your belongings are still there. With nothing more than that backpack in hand, you decide to head into an organization like ours. This is how most youth enter Youth Without Shelter. Hungry, cold, alone. Now, I could weave a lot of facts and figures and talk about statistics and numbers and all these amazing, lovely things that, everybody wants to hear about. But, that's not my style. That's not who I am. What I'd rather do is tell you guys a bit of a story of a youth that you guys have actually been able to support through your amazing month of giving back. Now, this youth's name, I'm going to call him David. He was 19 years old when he first came to an organization like ours. He never met his father. His father actually passed away the previous year due to a drug overdose. His mother was never really around. He was going to school full-time. He was at work full-time. However, now he has a lot more challenges thrust upon him. He has to figure out where he's eating, where he's sleeping, where he's drinking that evening, where he can find somewhere safe to simply be able to lay his head. This is something that no 16-year-old should ever have to deal with. He wound up on a park bench. Luckily, he made friends while he was out there. Some people that can be able to help support him, strengthen numbers. However, you can only do that for so long. Getting to this month now, lovely month of November. I know in Toronto, hopefully in LA, Atlanta, New Jersey, you guys are getting a bit better weather than us, but we are expecting about 5 to 10 centimeters starting sometime this afternoon of snow. It has started already. David as well was starting to accomplish the exact same things. It was getting cold. He needed to find that safe spot to be able to come in. He wound up at our door. I was actually the very first person that he was ever be able to talk to there. He had a couple big things. The very first thing that he wanted to do, get a chance to get something to eat. Get a chance to get something to drink. Get some brand new clothes in his back. But more than that, I want to listen to his story. And throughout his story, I learned that he had a grade 9 level education. So I simply asked him, hey David, you ever thought about heading back to school? He laughed hysterically in my face. Yeah. And he said, Mike, think about it from my perspective. I'm homeless. I have no money for school supplies. I have no money for transportation. I have no money for brand new clothes. I haven't had a really good meal in months. How can I focus on school? If anybody studies psychology, you got Maslow's hierarchy of needs, safety, security, shelter, food, water. That whole bottom row has been blown right out for this individual. So you know what I said? Okay, cool, no worries. You're not ready yet. I have a group in right now. You want to get something to eat? We can get some great breakfast for you. Get some coffee too. You look pretty tired. I know myself, if I don't have coffee and tea in the morning, my goodness, I am not functioning. So I made sure that he did have that opportunity. This actually opened up a lot of our conversation. He was able to then come forward to me quite after, start talking about opportunities, start talking about possibilities. We started to more elaborate on the programs that we had there, that we have a stay-in-school residency, that we have employment supports, that we have housing supports, that once he leaves an organization like ours, we never shut that door. He's always going to be there. David, a couple months later, living with us, came down to my office. He was beaming ear to ear. And I still remember looking at him and saying, David, you either had 12 coffees this morning and you had a very good breakfast, or you've got some great news for me. He said, Mike, the staff in the overnight helped me enroll into some colleges. I got my very first acceptance today. Not only have you guys helped me be able to graduate from high school and be able to pass through that way, you guys also have been the very first person ever make sure that I can go through a post-secondary education. These are the product of what you guys have been able to contribute. I can't do that by ourselves. Our organization cannot do that by ourselves. We rely heavily on the community. Myself, full disclosure, did not do well at math. Don't let me do your taxes. The CRA or IRS, they will come after you and you will get hurt very badly. Please do not put me in your accounting teams. However, what that number for me though, because I would go far into the red, is that human capital. You guys being able to come back and be able to give back to an individual is huge. You guys coming in and being able to provide an amazing breakfast, that good morning, that smile, that warm meal, those loving individuals being able to help support is not only going to help our individuals be able to move forward, it's a great team building for yourselves too, being able to have this individual like David be able to be successful. You guys are the reason why we have stories like David on a daily basis. Really, without this ongoing support that everybody in this room, everywhere off in Webland, can be able to provide to the communities, to be able to give a hand up rather than just a hand out, to be able to inspire these individuals to keep moving forward, to have individuals who they will never meet in any other context take a few hours out of their day to practice their master chef skills and to be able to come together as a cohesive team to put out one of the best breakfasts I have seen in a long time there. By the way, it was a lot of fun, 5 o'clock in the morning, trying to wake up and, you're teary-eyed, and I'm watching this whole team just offload and they're just boom, 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 ready to go. Because they weren't there. Because, Youth Without Shelters makes an organization. You weren't fully there because Mike's a nice guy. Even though I have my moments in time, I think I'm a pretty all right guy. You guys are there for stories like David. You guys are there for the right reasons. This is why I've always believed that Roma has been an amazing partner of ours. And I really aim to continue our community partnership. So really, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for everything you have done, everything that you are doing, and everything that you will be doing. Really, it is stories like David that show your amazing impact and success. So thank you for allowing us to have more stories like David. Thank you so much.
Mike, thank you on behalf of everyone at Roma, the Roma team, the Roma family. Thank you so much for all the wonderful work you do with Youth Without Shelter. It was truly inspirational to work with you at the breakfast, and we look forward to working with you in Youth Without Shelter many more times in the future. So thanks so much for coming out. It was a pleasure. So now we're going to talk about the wonderful breakfast at which Mike washed a heck of a lot of dishes, let me tell you. That guy's a fiend. So it was last week on Thursday, and here is the wonderful team that came out to participate. So Tony, myself, Cheryl, Daniel, Kiara, Sarah, Melissa, Neil, and Tanya Ferraro. It was pretty awesome. I came back to the office smelling like bacon and feeling empowered. It was a pretty good time. So please check out this video. Enjoy.
So our day started off at Roma, and we were meeting at 6 a.m. It was really cool. The team, right at 6 a.m. got into action. We departed at 6:15 and, descended onto Youth Without Shelter. And it was pretty magical. The moment we got into the kitchen, people just exploded, went into, cooking mode, and we just raised our head now, and people are starting to come in. So really good energy and vibe in the bullpen, in the kitchen.
Being the vegetarian of the group, I had to do the fruit. I will say the kiwi almost broke me, but by the 5th hour, no, I figured it out. I think it looks pretty good. Plating's really important. I'll take it.
Right now we have breakfast prepared. We did bacon, 2 different types of eggs, and right now I'm just finishing off the hash browns. So you know what, guys, we made a little bit more than extra today because after we finish serving everybody throughout the day, they grab food. So we want to make sure there's the more, the merrier. We got Christmas music on. We got love in the house. It's a beautiful day. Let's get it started.
So volunteering at Youth Without Shelter is really important. This is our 2nd annual year. The team at Roma really loves to serve, and this is, a great way to serve the very local community we live in. And I would say it's just been a real pleasure. I think when you can cook for someone and serve them and see the smile on their face, it makes everything worthwhile. So just all in all, a really great cause, and the team just lights up.
Volunteering is super important. Few reasons. I mean, you get so caught up in your day-to-day. You think that sitting at a desk is the be-all, end-all, and that's your life. Well, it's not, because there's other people out there going through other things, and gaining that perspective and doing something for them as opposed to yourself is incredibly not only rewarding, but really you gain that perspective of sort of a larger perspective of what's going on in your world. And so helping out the community, not only by yourself, but with the people that you work with, just brings everybody together. Team, your community, because we're all in the same boat. We're just doing different things day to day.
Give it up, guys, for everybody that participated. For the record, Neil, a kiwi did not break you, nor will it ever break you. There's no way. Too powerful for that. So the dinner's coming up on November 28th. Here's the awesome team that's going to that. So it's Jesua, Mary, Teresa, Cece, Oscar, Joey, Michael, Uncle Joe, Eddie, Zach, and Paul. So we're so looking forward to that. So guys, thank you for volunteering and doing that. We're also going to be doing a Roma clothing drive similar to last year, and that's going to last until December 21st. We are going to be partnering with all these groups that you see here in order to do that, and we will be sending out details very shortly. So, I love Christmas. Don't you all? Holiday celebrations, Christmas music. So here are all the celebrations for our distribution centers. So Jersey, Atlanta, and Toronto are doing it on December 24th. My peeps in LA are doing it a little earlier. They're going out for some cheer on November 30th. Wishing you guys all a wonderful holiday celebration. Happy holidays for me, guys. Thank you so much for everything you do for Roma every day. Thank you so much for being such an awesome team. I wish you a blessed time with your family and friends, and hope you come back rejuvenated in 2019, because we're going to kill it. Here's my info if you don't already know it. Shame on you. I'm extension 366 osenek at romamolding.com. And that's it for me. At this point, I'm going to hand it back over to Tony Guerreri. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Let's give it up, folks, for Olga and for Mike, folks. Let's give it up. Great. So, you know, Olga talked about the Youth Without Shelter, as did Mike. Mike's a great guy, 9 years, you know, contributing to a great organization. If you are on the fence of wanting to help, if you don't actually want to physically help, but want to give maybe $1 or $2 or something to the organization, please see Olga outside of this, and she'll certainly help. And if you want to sign up for a future event, if maybe you weren't here during the roll call or didn't listen to Olga for some reason, but want to be part of a future event, please see Olga, please see anybody on the culture team, and we'll make sure that you'll be part of that event. The folks at Youth Without Shelter are amazing. You've seen one of them, Mike, with us today. Thank you, Mike, for being with us. I know you're busy, right? I know. But it's a great organization. It's right in our backyard. It's literally 10 minutes from here. And the folks that we actually get to serve are awesome. And it's great to hear their stories. And they're human beings just like you and I. And, you know, maybe going through a transition in their life, but that we're able to serve them a great breakfast and or a remarkable dinner. It goes a long way for some of those folks. So I encourage you to join in. So I want to talk a little bit about culture and our all hands meeting, Give Back. So folks, for the partners who are watching, I know there's a number of them that are watching. We're so humbled that you took time to watch this show that we want to give you something back. So if you're a partner, if you're watching, and if you're calling into the call center today with an order, we want to give you an extra little surprise. So like all hands meeting, gratitude, give back fashion, here is the code. So if you call into the call center, if they call in with the promo code Rudolph, please extend the special gift that we're going to give them. So to our partners, again, super loads of gratitude for everything you do for us, for watching this show, and that's a little give back for you. So I want to talk a little bit about Roma Tours. We've had a number of people come in from January to today. We believe it's over 50 individuals that have come through for tours. We don't know exact because some of the data got lost, our cyber attack, but we're guesstimating it's 50 plus people that have walked through. And by the way, 50 people from outside of our industry in very different industries and different markets. And some of the folks have flown in for this tour or for the tour. It's pretty remarkable. We have another 10 tours to go, or 10 individuals to host from now to the end of the year. And it's kind of cool that we get to showcase our facility to people outside of our industry in hopes that they take something. And unequivocally, I'll tell you, I have a lot of people tell me that, Tony, from when I'm greeted by your greeter at the front door and then brought upstairs, something magical is certainly here. There's something present. I'm shocked that people actually look up and give me eye contact. I'm really shocked that actually people say good morning or hello. Or I'm shocked to see if, you know, someone's going to ask me if I've been helped or not. But that's the sort of things that you'll feel here. And I don't know how to bottle that or tell people, you know, the secret to that. But they're coming for that. They're also coming to see what makes our company tick. How are we different? How are we transparent? Why are we achieving these successes? Why is our culture what it's at? Why are we acquiring great talent? Why is it that when we put out a job ad, we get 300 plus applicants per job ad? Why? Well, they're coming. And then the influx, you know, once people come for those tours, the response is remarkable. And a few all hands meetings ago, I showed you some of the testimonials from those folks. But unequivocally, they've been able to tell me that, you know, as part of your tour, my company's a stronger company. Or because of my tour, you know, we did that tour in 2014, and today, you know, we're ranked one of the best companies to work for in Canada. And I'd like to believe a good portion of that was because of the people at Roma. So I never underestimate the power of tours. So these are some of the tour photos photos that we took. This is a friend of mine, Dan Martell, and his beautiful wife and beautiful children. They came in, they're from out east, and they wanted to see, they had heard so much about, Roma and the action at Roma that they even brought the kids and made a vacation out of it. This is another photo of the gentleman with 2 assistants. He is an actual speaker and wanted to understand what makes us different. By the way, they don't walk in like this, especially if it's in the morning, but they certainly walk out like this after they meet all you folks and after they, walk through our facility. This is another tour that we had. Monica, if you're watching in Spain, hello, Monica. Monica is a supplier of molding manufacturer. We don't do business with her. We met in New York. She took it upon herself. She has no other clients in Canada. Took it upon herself. She's saying, I'm going to be in the U.S. I would love to fly up and just say hello to all the lovely people that I got to meet in Las Vegas at the trade show on her own accord. As you can see, Joey serenaded her, and she just had a lovely, lovely time. This is another tour that's been in the making, I would say 6-7 months. I'm sure the folks in Toronto, you've seen these people. This is Shadin with his wife Shima. Wonderful, wonderful people. They're both from Ethiopia. Their story of how they escaped Ethiopia under some of the regime there and was traveling throughout, different parts of Africa and then into Europe and then finally into the United States in New York City, which is a tough place. And then how they, started their little frame shop in a humble beginning, and today, they sell to New Yorkers, across the New York City. And just a lovely group, lovely husband and wife, just salt of the earth. And they said, Tony, I just want to come up and meet you guys. We've been doing business forever. Anthony's my rep. I love you guys. And I don't know about you, but it takes a lot to shut down your store because it's a husband-wife operation. Shut down the store for 2-3 days, fly up, pay the flight to come up, pay the hotel to come up to spend time with us in Canada for a day. Like, I am super humble and grateful that folks like this have done that. This is their store, and I just want to plug them to death. They're just just amazing, lovely human beings. This is their store in New York City. I don't know about you, but there's just this warmth that kind of feels like the Home Alone photo at Christmas in the stores. It just screams like beautiful energy. And he's an artist as well, and he sent up this beautiful painting that he sells for a couple $1,000s, and it's all done by hand. And as you can see there, it's Canada and the United States together. We got to promote more togetherness. And you'll see the CN Tower, Freedom Tower, kind of a Toronto streetcar and the New York City subways. And, and he said, Tony, I framed it in a Lavo frame, my favorite frame. And I want you guys to have it. And it's in our facility. It stands proud there. And this couldn't be made possible, folks, if we didn't have a remarkable team, a remarkable company. And that these people spend time and money out of their own pockets to come and spend time with us. It's really beautiful. Moving along, as a result of your hard work and tenacity, we have been able to win awards. We've been able to be acknowledged as a community industry leader here in Toronto, in Vaughan. And as such, we won the Vaughan Chamber of Commerce Business Award for Manufacturing Excellence. And here's a little bit about what the event is.
The Vaughan Chamber of Commerce, VCC, was established in 1977 to promote and advocate the interests of businesses in the city of Vaughan. Since its establishment, the Chamber has been an integral part of the business community. The VCC is a member-based not-for-profit organization dedicated to connecting, serving, and empowering the Vaughan business community both as a catalyst and a resource. The Chamber provides numerous services to attract businesses, including educational seminars, major events, member benefits, and represents business as an advocate at all levels of government on current issues and economic inclusion.
So there you have it. That's a pretty prestigious award, certainly one of the biggest awards here in the Vaughan region. We won that award, and very proud of it, and you should be very proud of it. This is our second time winning, not consecutive, but second time, I believe, in 3 years. So it's a huge, something that we should be very thankful for. It also sits, if you haven't seen the trophy, I think I brought it up, but if you haven't seen the trophy, it is sitting with our greeter as you come through the door. Our second award that we got this year is a very nice award. It's a small and medium-sized business award across Canada. We've been nominated by outside folks, and then we won the award, which is awesome. And this is what the award's about.
Now in its 5th year, Canada's Top Small and Medium Employers is an editorial competition that recognizes the small and medium enterprises that offer the nation's best workplaces and forward-thinking human resources policies. Canada's SME sector is tremendously important to the nation and is responsible for over half of the nation's gross domestic product, over 90% of the private sector labor force, and over 95% of the new jobs created in the past decade. Our 2018 winners were announced in a special magazine published in the Globe and Mail on April 13th, 2018.
So there you have it, folks. If we could put our hands together for the awards that we all won together. What's important to note, folks, is our industry doesn't do any awards. They don't have any awards. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. So there's no awards within our industry. And we as a company don't believe in going to pay money to be in an award, or because there is a whole world out there that's kind of shady around awards. These are awards that people have nominated us and that we've won. We didn't have to buy anything or pay anything for a magazine, nothing. This is all because of the hard work and tenacity that you guys put in every day. So moving along, I think it's important. I mean, we've shared a lot about our highlights. Will took us into some operation numbers. Olga took us through, some of the people that have joined our company, some statistics there. But it's important to see what some of the people within our industry are saying. So we have our first one here is from to Lloyd. Sorry, let me say that again. This was an email sent to Lloyd from Saul, a partner of ours in Berkeley, California. This is what he had to say.
Hey Lloyd, I recently received an order containing an error. I was asked to send one email, which I did. When I called today to figure out what was being done with my order, I spoke to a woman named Tanya Ferrero. No notes had been made on my account about the order, but she sent me replacements at Roma's cost on my word over the phone. I want to take a moment to acknowledge her excellent customer service. I also want to make sure that this email is understood more as an acknowledgement of excellence instead of a complaint about the customer service I received yesterday. She was kind, warm, courteous, and efficient. Excellence is a day in and day out thing and rarely gets praised. Special thanks to Tanya for being the kind of representative that a company looks for and one a customer appreciates interacting with. Saul at Stahl Custom Framing.
All right, let's give it up for Tanya, folks. So we have a wow shout out, and this is from Anthony. This is to Anthony and the LA warehouse, accounting something that we did for a partner, or in fact that they did for a partner that went above and beyond, or that moved, inspired, and wowed them to send in this note. Here's what they had to say.
I'd like to acknowledge Anthony Arguez and the entire team working in Los Angeles warehouse for rallying together to meet a tight deadline. The team worked tirelessly to prepare a large order of over 20 pieces for a gallery opening. Unfortunately, the artwork for the frames arrived late. The team mobilized quickly and worked together on Saturday to ensure the project could be delivered before the deadline on Monday. The complexity of the project required many of the team to learn and apply new knowledge and skills. During this project, the team clearly demonstrated core value number 10, love learning and pursue growth and development, and core value number 1, deliver wow through service. Thanks again to the entire team for a job well done.
All right, let's give it up for Anthony and the LA team. Way to go, guys. And this was the actual piece. So we are working with Modernistic Cuisine, a great organization, and we were under some tight deadlines. Anthony and the team did what they had to do. I think they either came in on Saturday or did whatever they had to do to make sure that this gallery opening that you see here was a success, and it surely was. And the customer is ecstatic. He keeps coming back for more, and we're actually stepping up our game with this partner. So way to go, folks. And this is another wow shout out. So this just came to us yesterday. It's an anonymous, it came in anonymously, and I thought it's important to share this note. Because the world, I find that the world has this tendency to glorify the crap in the world and doesn't shine a beautiful light on the brilliance of what it means to be humanity, how we actually do things right. All the newscasts do is showcase all the, the turmoil and the tribulations, and after you watch the news, your head explodes. Well, why we do these sorts of things is we want to shine a light on the amazing things you folks do and how it impacts our partners. Here's an anonymous note that came in, and I just had to share it with you. Take a look.
I genuinely enjoy coming to work each day. I feel I work alongside a family of people that motivate me each day. I love what I do here. I am always happy to be at work and happy to do my job alongside such amazing people. It truly is an honor to be on the team. I want to express a huge thanks to each individual at Roma, all of who make this place such an amazing, committed, and positive environment. All I can say is wow.
And why I placed, so whoever sent this in, this is an employee of Roma, so I'm not sure if it's in Toronto or LA or Jersey, Atlanta, or BP. We don't know. But what I do want to say is thank you for coming forward. Thank you for having the courage to share exactly how you feel. There are job boards or sites out there that incite hatred and incite negativity, and they're done anonymously, and you don't know who's writing what. But this is why we do these sorts of things. This is why we, come together to help Youth Without Shelter. This is why we are working together to have and ensure people feel great at work. And so whoever sent this, I am forever grateful and honored. I'm actually going to frame this to remind me to keep going, because at times it's tough. You get criticized, you get ridiculed, but we're going to forge on. We're strong people, united, and nothing's going to bring us down. But these things are lovely, and I love them, and I want to thank you sincerely, whoever did it. I really appreciate it. So it's Roma Core Value Awards time. So we give out Core Value Awards. So for some of the new folks that are on the team, and for some of our new guests and visitors, we give out awards based on anyone at the company who sees anyone within the organization that emulates or lives one of the 10 family core values. They're asked to write down what they've seen. They're asked to email that to mbarreto@romamolding.com, or any leader for that matter. And then we collectively take them and we announce them at the all hands meeting. And what's pretty cool, and it's just occurring to me right now, it would be really cool to actually go from all hands meeting 1 or whenever we started the Core Value Awards and actually list the men and women who have been acknowledged and nominated live on the internet. I think it's cool. If someone could write a note on that, because I really want to do that. So the first Core Value Award goes to an individual who exemplifies the core value, build a positive team and family environment. And our first award goes to the lovely Joanne Garcia. If you have, let's give it up. And if you've ever known Joanne, this is like a perfect photo. Beautifully manicured nails, nice beer, and I don't know what she's eating there, but lovely human being. She's been with Roma for decades. She's in her 30s. She looks amazing. We love her, and it couldn't have gone to a better person. So here's what someone on the team wrote about Joanne.
I would like to acknowledge Joanne Garcia. Whenever I'm in need of advice or simply a pep talk, she is always the colleague I turn to. Enthusiastic and willing to help, Joanne offers her encouragement and consistently provides helpful suggestions. She's amazing. Thanks, Joanne, for embodying core value number 4, build a positive team and family environment.
All right, let's give it up for Joanne, folks. So our next core value award goes to the individual that exemplified the be passionate, committed, and driven at our company. And the award goes to, put your hands together, Kaylee Ricks. Kaylee, I know you're watching with your team there, and if I haven't said it, I am honored to have you on the team. Thank you for your hard work, especially during this time while we're looking for a DC leader. I thank you very much. Here's what the folks had to say about Kaylee.
The Atlanta team would love to acknowledge Kaylee for embodying core value number 5, be passionate, committed, and driven. Kaylee has always ensured that operations run smoothly at our Atlanta warehouse. She is always prepared to take on new challenges and assist the team in any way that she can. She is simply amazing and always a joy to work with. We really appreciate you in all the work that you do, Kaylee.
Let's give it up for Kaylee once more, guys. Our next award goes to the person that delivers wow through service. It's one of my favorite core values. So the individual who gets this award is our very own Kiara. Let's give it up for Kiara. And here's what you had to say.
I would like to acknowledge Kiara Parashos for exemplifying core value number 1, deliver wow through service. She is an amazing and welcomed addition to the Roma family, always ready and willing to assist with any challenges that may arise. Kiara is eager to share and expand her knowledge. Thanks, Kiara, for being awesome.
Let's give it up for Kiara, guys. And last but certainly not least, our core value, our next core value award goes to the person who exemplifies the core value, be real and live in integrity. And the award goes to, please put your hands together, for Jesua Sigia. Here's what you had to say.
I would like to thank Jesua for her continued hard work and dedication to Roma Molding. Always happy to lend a helping hand, Jesua ensures that all of our customers, team members, and vendors receive the best possible service. As a longtime member of the culture team, she remains committed to ensuring that all of our team members enjoy the many events planned throughout the year. Jesua, thank you for all you do and for always demonstrating core value number 4, build a positive team and family environment.
Okay, let's give it up once again for all of you. Way to go, everybody. So if anybody sees someone living the core values at our company and goes above and beyond, please send your notes to mbarretto@romamolding.com. So I do, on this note, as we come to the final close of the all hands meeting, I want to certainly wish you all a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas. May you take this time, certainly as we close during the holidays, to really spend time with your loved ones, with your family. Hug them, kiss them, tell them you love them. I know some people it's hard, but tell them you love them. Because it's a special time of year, and I want to really encourage you to take this time and rest and enjoy of all the hard, because you've done a lot of hard work this year, and rest up because next year is going to be an incredible year. I do want to state, here is my coordinates, so if you ever want to get a hold of me, phone number's there, extension is 302, email's T-Guerreri. I look at all my emails. I don't have anybody looking at my emails, and I do my best to respond to every single person. So, on that note, as we come to a close on the all hands meeting, I want to give thanks to so many people, the production staff from Melissa and Anthony and Joey and Michael and Olga and William and Scola in the back, and our friends and our family and our people who set this all up. I couldn't put this show on without the amazing work of our hard team, of the best team. And we keep, aiming to go higher, everyone, and we hope you, enjoy the show, and we hope you keep coming back. We hope you take something from this, whether it be in your business or in your personal life. You got one life to live, folks. You don't got another one. You're not coming back. Make it the best. You know, live your life backwards. Try to find out how many years you got left. And remember to have a lot of fun. But before we go, I want to just share one last little thing, and I'll let you guys all go. And that is our Roma Wish mission. So, folks, if anybody knows me, Roma Wish is very, very near and dear to my heart. It's actually rooted in our mission to move, inspire, and wow. And while we thought we were doing really cool things and we still support the local communities, we wanted to do mission work around the world to help those in need, and not only for the day, but to descend on them for an entire week and really become one with them. And as such, we have. And I want to take you down a bit of memory lane. They say the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. You know, thank you to Mahatma Gandhi for that quote. But I want to take you down memory lane a bit to remind us of how far we've come. You know, in 2014, that was our first ever mission. And we went to Haiti and we worked with, you know, just an amazing group of people in the orphanage. In New York, we worked in an incredible mission, and that was the Bowery mission, an incredible group of people there. New Orleans, it was amazing. I never got to see New Orleans, but got to work with the people there, and I remember Uncle Mike and a few of the people there. It was just brilliant helping those families out and seeing their smiles once we left. This photo was taken in the pouring rain. Paul, I gotta give it to you. You're an amazing photographer. But it was an amazing event. Our last mission that we had was West Virginia. We were in the Appalachian Mountains. If you've never seen them, they are beautiful. And we got to work with this team there, work with you know, men and women and children who, you know, are struggling, whether they're, you know, addicted to drugs or alcohol, and, you know, to work with them for that week and make a difference. You know, it stays with you forever. So this year we had descended on Detroit. I'd never been to Detroit either. Detroit, it has the making of a great city. It's a great, you know, northeast city with great people and vibrancy. And we got to descend there and work with the Christian, you know, Detroit, Central Detroit Community Development that helps people that, you know, are down on their luck, people that, you know, for whatever reason, life's not working for them. But for that week, we hope to make a difference in their life. And this is the team that made it happen. So our mission was Detroit. It was amazing, folks. And I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. If you've never done mission work and you want to learn about, you know, coming and you want any information, please speak to anybody you see in those photos. They will tell you firsthand accounts of how it changes your life. But this is the organization we worked with, a lovely group of people, just lovely. They embraced us. There were challenges for sure because you're with inner city youth. They have a rough life. They don't go home to, you know, a warm soup and hugs and kisses. It's rough, and but we were able to work with them to make their life a little better. So. As you know, we bring a video crew and a photography crew for one reason and one reason only. We do it so that you could share in the experience that we've been able to share. And know that your contribution, whether you're chopping or joining or answering a call or whatever you do at our company, you have made this trip possible. So while you might not see yourself in the video, know that you're a part of it and that you're here while we're there. It means a great deal to us. So we took, you know, 10, 11 people down, and the rest is in this video. Take a look.
Story tonight, failing grade. The National School Report Card is out, and once again, Detroit Public Schools rank worst in the nation.
The findings are troubling. Only 4% of Detroit fourth graders scored proficient in math.
Just 5% were proficient in reading, and not much better for 8th graders. Only 5% scored proficient in math.
First year on the job, the superintendent says he's been analyzing the problems, and he says there are many.
Well, Stephen, there is no surprise that Detroit is losing population, but it is staggering. Over 1 million people have left the Motor City.
Detroit emerged from World War II as one of America's great industrial powerhouses with a population of almost 2 million. But since the 1970s, it's been in decline, and last night, it became the biggest U.S. city so far to file for bankruptcy.
Years to build the case, but tonight the feds say they have busted a violent drug gang that was operating in a Detroit neighborhood.
A class full of students needs a teacher, but more than halfway through the school year now, Center Detroit officers are working together. A class full of students needs a teacher.
We're headed to Detroit this year. We're actually working with the Central Detroit Christian Community Development Program. It's going to be an incredible week. We're working with inner city youth, everything from development, mathematics, arithmetic, and everything in between. It's going to be an incredible week. We're super stoked. We're super excited. And what's the week going to bring? We're unsure, but we're sure that we're going to make an impact to the best of our ability and hope to move, inspire, and wow the people in Detroit. Guys, we're just approaching the U.S. border, so we have passports in hand and ready to cross.
I'm really excited and nervous at the same time for what we're going to be doing, what people we're going to be meeting. So I'm just really excited to get there and just get to work.
I haven't really had any prior knowledge, and now learning about, the situation that they're in, the housing market, and how a lot of people can't afford living or staying in their homes. It's really sad, but I'm really glad that we had this opportunity to at least make a little bit of a difference.
This week, you guys are going to hear stories. Kids may say some stuff, and some of it is going to be heartbreaking. The reality of our neighborhood is that we have over 50% unemployment. We have less than 30% home ownership and less than 30% car ownership. Less than 10% of third graders are at a third grade reading level. Children in low-income homes are spoken to 60% less than middle-class families, and 80% of what they hear is negative. So our kids have baggage. Our kids have stories. Our kids have pain. And they have deep sorrow, though they may not let on. But they have that. And as our kids maybe open up to that, or even as they maybe open up to some really joyful things, some really exciting things, I encourage you guys, before you try to change their situation, before you try to offer correction, you just sit with them where they're at. Just try to imagine what it's like to be in their shoes. Try to imagine what it's like to experience things that they've experienced, and just feel with them this week. Just feel with them this week.
So CDC is a refuge in this neighborhood. All the kids who live in 48202 and all the kids who live in 48206, we're here to provide services to help them better their lives, to be a light in a dark place, and to really give people hope in a place that can be hopeless sometimes. Just being able to see the kids' faces every day, is enough for me to get up and come do my job and be a part of this unbelievable community and the unbelievable people who we service here.
What I actually hope to take away from this experience is having a sense of gratitude for the things that I have in my life that are going well, being a little bit more sensitive to other people's issues around the world other than myself, stepping out of my comfort zone in order to help someone else that's in need, and just feeling overall that I've actually contributed to something positive in this world.
I just love giving back, and when I knew it had to do with kids, I was so excited because I love to be around kids, and that's what drew me to this mission.
It's changed my perspective where, again, you take for granted what you have, and and knowing that they're practically our neighbors and they're in a completely opposite situation. So it's not too far from home, and understanding that when you're available to lend a helping hand, you should do so.
I've received so much from this mission trip, working with the children, the inner city youth here at CDC and the community, and I'm just taking back so many great things, but certainly that kids are kids, regardless if they're in high-income neighborhoods or in poor neighborhoods. They want to play, they want to have fun, they want to run around, and they want to be kids. And that we got to have that chance to be with them this week has been just priceless. It's been amazing.
In this mission, I did learn about Detroit. I learned about their circumstances. I got to meet so many amazing kids, and seeing that the situation that they're in and how they're just children at heart, and just the teamwork of the Roma team and how we all came together for a great cause, and just spending time together was just amazing overall.
Erica, good job.
Yes, I was a gymnastics back in the day.
It became such a nice experience after the day for us to come back to the house that we had rented and fire up the barbecue, just sort of spend time together chatting and really sharing the stories that we'd experienced during the day. I mean, it was such a social experience right from the very beginning. We would take the kitchen table outside, for example, so that we could have an outdoor barbecue that would last into the late evening. It's those moments that you can't predict. You never know when it's going to happen. It's really what adds another level of magic to the experience.
To the Roma Wish Mission Team 2018 of Detroit, I just want to say thank you for your hard work, your determination, your wit, your patience, your perseverance. Whether it be early morning starts and making breakfast or late nights, cleaning up after dinner. Thank you for taking time away from your life and your families, and deciding to take this mission with us and making a difference in the name of something greater than what we do every day. So I'm certainly grateful, and I'm blessed to have you all in my life, and I just look forward to many more missions to come. So thank you.
Stop putting excuses in your way, come and do it. If you're not able to do it, please donate, do what you can. Everyone can help out in their own way. Because without that support, we can't continue doing that. And if people do support us more and more, missions will just get better and better and grow from there.
Roma Wish is an opportunity for us in a privileged life to step out of our comfort zone to help make somebody else's life a little more comfortable.
So I'd say to anyone who's interested in maybe volunteering for a trip or doing something like this, I would say 100% go for it. I mean, it is one of those experiences that you will have memories for a lifetime.
I would definitely recommend volunteering to anybody. It is, it's always good to be put outside of your comfort zone, and it gives you perspective on how fortunate we are and how much we actually have to those that don't. So I think volunteering is a really great way to spiritually and emotionally check yourself.
Get out there, reach out, do something, change lives, make it happen.
Other folks, great event. I really sincerely want to thank everybody that was on the trip and in our company here that helped us. I can't thank you enough. The trips mean the world to me, mean the world to the kids, and I want to thank also our partners who enable us to do this, to our suppliers who help us and who contribute to the costs involved in this. But certainly, I just really want to thank you all for everything you give to making this world a better place. If you want to make a difference and you feel compelled, either do it online here at romamolding.com or speak to your individual team leader, and they certainly will help you. And there's this great quote from from Gandhi, and it says, "The future depends on what you do today." And I put this as a final note because I mean it. Whatever you're gonna do when you walk away from here, do it to make a difference in someone else's life. Because it's easy not to. But when you can touch someone else's life, it means something. And then we have a company that wants to make this world a better place. It's priceless. And I'm just proud to lead it. So thank you all for giving me the opportunity to lead this company. Giving everything you got, whether it's cyber attacks or whatever it may be. You guys always show up. And I will never stop trying to be the best leader I can be for this team. I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I love you all. And as we go into final, time of November and December, I don't know, it's a give back month, it's Christmas, I get emotional. Emotional because I care, and I know you all do, and I'm going to work my darndest to make sure 2019 is the best year yet for everyone here in our company, no matter what it takes, but I need help, and I know you guys are there for me. So on that note, I want to thank you all for being here at Alliance Meeting 26, for making history. And I encourage you to come to Alliance Meeting 27 and until Alliance Meeting 100, until we can pass the torch after I'm long gone. But thank you sincerely. I love you all, and may God bless you. All Hands Meeting 26 is complete. Thank you.